Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful election day wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from XRP Wins. Pro XRP lawyer Johnny Deaton exposes Gary Gensler's double standards, meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried while shunning Ripple's leadership. So Johnny Deaton says, Gary Gensler refused to meet with Brian Armstrong, Brad Garlinghouse, or Jesse Powell while he was secretly meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried several times, and he's never been questioned. He hasn't released the notes of that. I'm someone who's been arguing for smart, tailored regulations of crypto. You know, we know Gary Gensler was meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried. He turned a blind eye, and then all of a sudden, FTX collapsed out. But what I like about Johnny Deaton, he's not running for Senate just to get rid of Gary Gensler. He also wants to make sure that crypto has regulations, a clear path forward here in the United States. This way, innovation can also push ahead. He also talks about how the laws from the 1930s are outdated and we need new laws that can be applied to today's technology. I like the idea of that as well. I really hope Deaton beats Warren in this election. This comes from Subjective Views. Ripple just hired Jim Green for their global head of policy role. It is interesting to note his prior experiences, which include Obama and Harris ties. So you see, he's responsible for Harris' fundraising operation for California Attorney General race, developed strategic finance plan, identified, persuaded, managed group of 75 California co-chairs. His skills are in politics and strategic planning. Now, we know Brad Garlinghouse is more pro-Trump, but Chris Larson is more pro-Harris. And I think what they're doing is Ripple is positioning themselves for whoever wins as the president. They want to make sure that they can have a voice in Washington. I think that's why they hired Jim Green, because I'm sure they will hire someone different if Trump wins. Just in, Pakistan moves to legalize crypto as government signals shift in financial policy. Pakistan's Faisal Bank already adopted Ripple's technology in the past. You know, now we're starting to see all these countries push towards policy and regulations around crypto because they realize that the US is dragging behind and they could easily emerge as a crypto hub. Singapore's central bank plans to enhance its liquidity and adoption of tokenization in the financial service sector. Again, tokenization. We're starting to see the shift happen now. We're starting to see the banks want to get involved with tokenization as well. We always said, you know, tokenization is going to be the next big thing in crypto. And I'm a huge fan of tokenization, but they also want to tokenize private property. I'm not a fan of that. They want to tokenize private property, meaning that they can tokenize things you own. And if you want to own something in the future, you're going to have to buy 100% of the tokens associated with that item, whether it's a car, a house, anything of value. But this is the path forward for institutional adoption. Archax recently signed with Ripple to bring hundreds of millions of dollars of tokenized real-world assets onto the XRP ledger over the coming year. Since then, they have acquired a Spanish broker, KSCM, and partnered with Acerta for fund cross listings. So it looks like Archax is even expanding out as well. And I cannot wait until all that value comes to the XRP ledger. I think that's going to push the price of XRP up like an overnight event. And Archax looks like they have no plan of slowing down anytime soon. They just keep growing out and building along the way. Kazakhstan, building a secure and inclusive digital infrastructure. And again, this is a country that Ripple already has rails in. They're pushing ahead with the digital ID program, also pushing their digital infrastructure, because we are in the digital age, and anyone who's dragging their feet can get left behind very quick. You know, the rest of the world is not going to slow down for the United States. Ripple employed people from the New York Fed, Goldman Sachs, Apple, Google, NASA, and the NSA, Twitter, and early Bitcoin developers. David Schwartz filed a patent similar to Bitcoin in 1988 and was a contractor for the NSA. XRP is a military operation, the final product. You know, it goes all the way back to 1988. And if you look at the people behind Ripple, these are people that worked at high levels in the government, high levels in the banking sector, high levels inside of lawmaking policy as well, ties to the Fed and beyond. If you look at Ripple and you look at XRP, you could see how XRP is eventually going to be the #1 cryptocurrency in this space. Bitcoin is going to become tokenized on the XRP ledger. You want to know what I don't like about Bitcoin right now, what's going on around it right now, is all of a sudden they're tying pension plans, they're tying people's retirement to all of these ETFs. Well, what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin? I think BlackRock is going to want to stabilize it to get more institutional investors into those ETFs. But what is to happen if something goes wrong? People's life savings are going to get washed away like an overnight event. That's the one problem I have with Bitcoin, because we know it was always a beta test coin. XRP is the real Bitcoin. And most of the value in Bitcoin is fake value. It's value created out of thin air by Tether. And that's been going on for years. So nobody really knows what the actual price, the actual real value price of Bitcoin is. Yes, RippleNet depends much on XRP. XRP will always work as a medium for RippleNet. Ripple wants to push XRP to a larger platform and play a greater role. XRP would have a role in central bank issued digital currencies. Ripple Labs keeps using XRP in its own network and puts effort into making XRP more useful around the world. Document it. Debunked all FUD theories around Ripple ditching XRP in one document. You know, there's people all over X every single day that say Ripple abandoned XRP, that now they're only going to push RLUSD going forward. When RLUSD moves, XRP is going to be moving it from one country to another, from one bank to another. It's also going to be moving a lot of tokenized assets from one country to another. People don't realize how big XRP is actually going to become yet. And it's because the price doesn't reflect the true value of XRP yet. That will come later, and it will come once we start to get that utility driving the price of this cryptocurrency. White paper by Robeco, the investment engineers, describes Ripple as the most advanced startup in this space, and Bitcoin as a rather poor idea for international settlements use from a stability perspective. Ripple and the Stellar Development Foundation are the named in their own separate special category on the blockchain ecosystem page, which I've highlighted for all of you. And you see it. And this goes back Years. They knew from day one that it was going to be XRP and XLM at some point in the future. And all the connections are now made all around the world. You know, this was back in 2015. From 2015 till now, Ripple just expanded out like never before. They went from being a US crypto company into becoming a global financial company. And they're emerging as a possible central bank. There's a possibility that Ripple could replace the Fed at some point in the future, especially when we go to a gold-backed currency in every single country around the world, because we're already leaning in that direction. Once we go back to a gold-backed currency in the United States, there's no longer a need for the Fed. The Fed just ruined the U.S. currency, the U.S. dollar, and it continues to ruin the U.S. dollar even more as we push into the future. Look at the debt, $36 trillion in debt, and we have the Fed coming out with bullshit numbers on inflation at the same time. Eventually, the Fed will be gone, but I think they're going to want to replace it with something, and Ripple could be that replacement. Here's how much crypto lost to hacks and scams in October. All tricks and no treats. So bad actors in the crypto industry have struck again, making off with millions of dollars. A recently published report by the blockchain security platform Certic Alert revealed the extent of damages from October's hacks and scams, with losses totaling approximately $130 million. I cannot stress this enough. Keep your crypto safe. Don't fall for any scams. If something sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Stop interacting with the bots in the comment section. I still see people doing it. I'm not sending you a WhatsApp or any of that other bullshit. You gotta keep your crypto safe. We're way too close now for you to lose your crypto now. It happens every single day on X. You see people saying, I just lost all of my crypto. Can somebody help me retrieve my crypto? You don't want to fall into these scams. And definitely get your crypto off the exchanges. It's 2024, and some people, unfortunately, XRP holders still don't understand how public, decentralized networks, such as the XRP ledger, work, thinking it was created for banks. This is so embarrassing. The number one enemy of XRP and the XRP ledger is not Bitcoin maxis and outsiders anymore. It is within the ecosystem. Some members of the XRP community itself that lack understanding of the asset they are holding and the network they are transacting on. So you see this right here. Look at what this guy had the nerve to say. You and a lot of these other developers have no business plan. You are just attempting to find a way to tax the entire XRP ledger before the banks show their hand. They actually have business. You are just a loser trying to extort a toll in the name of the XRP army. Go to XLM, which was designed for retail. You are not bank grade. You never will be. The world needs Ripple. They have a purpose in establishing world peace. Only XRP in its current form is optimized for world payments, and trashing it with your lousy ideas are going to screw it up. Go away. West Wind says, don't worry, we'll execute on the public ledger only, the one Ripple actually promotes for retail use, so they can execute on their other plans. We will leave Ripple's private ledger alone for their banks and world peace. Do you see how rotten people are? You know, I said it before. There's a lot of people that keep slamming the XRP ledger. Nothing's happening on the ledger. No real projects are building on the XRP ledger. No projects are building. They're based around tokenization, cross-border payments, and so on. It's just the garbage projects that are leaving the XRP ledger that were paying people to shill their shitty projects. And people got pissed off about it because they were getting paid to shill those projects. But once the projects left, the shill money dried up with it. What's going on the XRP ledger is expansion after expansion, but it's going in the right direction. But, you know, people in the XRP community, I don't know if it's all the frustration from holding this cryptocurrency for such a long period of time, but there's some real assholes in the XRP community. And I'm saying it nicely because there's a lot of new investors coming into this space now, and they ask simple questions. They don't understand this yet. And right away, you have people calling them a retard, dumb, and that they should sell their XRP. And, you know, that's not how you welcome new investors. You help them understand what they're holding so they can make money in this space. So they stay and become long-term investors in crypto. But I just wanted to straighten that out a little bit. But, you know, all we're waiting for is this market to start to go because the exciting times are ahead. And it is coming. Within weeks, we are going to be looking at a much different XRP. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.